Hey guys, I'm coming in. I was out here playing with Sparky and the dogs, and I was getting this message that I should pull some cards for you. So there's something, if you're getting this message, it's for you, okay? And Sparky says hello, right, Sparky? Okay. So I went in and got my cards. I've got them in my pocket, and I'm going to just do an outside reading for you guys today, okay? Hope you enjoy. Okay, let's see what comes in. See what the message is for you all today. Message for whoever's watching, this is yours. If you were asking for a sign, this is it, okay? I like reading outside in nature. It feels good that way, you know. Sometimes additional messages come through, and we'll see what comes through, okay? For some of you, I'm already feeling a mother figure in some way. There's something about juggling money. Someone's juggling some money at this time or situations, okay? We've got the moon. There's some kind of delusion or illusion around money at this time. Juggling of people and things like that. Trying to decide if you're going to stay with the status quo or move forward on something. Ace of Wands. There's something really important being offered here, you guys, with this bonsai tree, as you can see, okay? Bonsais are big things in a small package. They're things that are curated and nurtured for years, generations sometimes, you know. This has to do with things that you would pass on, like from an heir or to an heir or something like that. I feel like this is what is coming up here, juggling. Maybe somebody's trying to decide what to pass on to you, and there's going to be some kind of message or an offering coming in, okay? I feel like this has been given a lot of thought, a lot of deliberate trimming. Something's been trimmed. Maybe there's debt. There's something about debt with that Two of Pentacles. And here's a Knight of Pentacles. So there's something about somebody moving very slow. There's a nature lover in this picture as well. The Knight of Pentacles is somebody who can be a bee healer, somebody very gentle. In this case, showing a masculine figure. Often these cards really do represent the people that they look like. So this may look like somebody you know who is like that. He's trying to follow a map to happiness. He looks a little lost. He looks like he's moving slower than he meant to move. So let's see where this comes in. And then there's her. She looks very discontent. Okay. This can actually look like somebody that you may know. I don't know. She's not seeing what's being offered to her. She's too busy staying in her discontent, looking the other way, okay? So you've got a slow-moving energy. We've got somebody sort of maybe staying in the victim mode. So we've got a man and a woman here. They could be partners. They could be sisters, brothers. And here's a Queen of Swords. So this is someone who's going to be, how do I say it? Sometimes not the nicest. Very clear, very intelligent about what they want. Cut things out very quickly. They don't hesitate to use their sword. So we have these three people here. The Queen of Swords sometimes is a scorned woman as well, okay? Feels like she's really been left out in the cold. Here's Five of Pentacles reversed. So this has changed, but still this energy is hanging on this person. Okay. Now, there's a new cycle beginning with these three people that I'm seeing. Okay, cycle completing. This is success. This is onward and upward, going to the next level, but also a whole cycle. And the cycles usually go in 9-year increments. There's a Queen of Cups here. Here's the mother. I was feeling like there was a mother as soon as I got on here. I almost feel like this is about a mother and siblings. and something that's been nurtured, something very old, like that bonsai tree, that's maybe getting ready to get passed on to you, or like passing the torch in some way. Somebody's really anxious about something. Somebody's losing sleep over things. Could be the mother. There's a lot of anxiety and nightmares and self-loathing and doubts and frustration and all kinds of things, as you can see in this card. Where's this going? Why do you need this message? Why do you need this message? To clear things up. 7 of Cups is having to do with things being unclear at this time. Being very unclear. I feel like nobody knows where they stand in this picture. I feel like this is a family situation and nobody really knows where they stand. There have been bad decisions made as it relates to love. As you can see, the Lovers. This can represent a Gemini who's reversed, like acting on their darker side or their shadow side of Gemini, which can be very polarizing, you know. It can be somebody with very, very split personality almost. I mean, not technically necessarily, but somebody who shows one face to these people and another face to these people, and can go to even narcissistic kind of personalities. And there's the Devil. So we've got Gemini, we've got Capricorn here. And I think these might be the two people who are divided. It could be a mother-father, could be a couple, could be some toxic energy in this picture for sure, feeling trapped. Skeletons in the closet. There's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of skeletons in the closet in this situation, to be honest. And I feel like you may have just gone away from this. You know, if you're watching this, I feel like you're like, yeah, that was my situation, and I'm over it, and I'm walking away, and I'm not going to do this anymore. And oddly, Sparky just took off. I said, you could see them, you know, like skipping along, about ready to fall off a cliff, not watching where she's going even. You know, very happy. But this is the card of just watch where you're stepping. Don't fall off a cliff. Okay. But I think this is you going on a new beginning away from all of that energy. The Capricorn and the Gemini were really, really clear in this picture. And I feel like it's coming back to the surface for some reason. And here's a King of Swords. Now, King of Swords is an energy that's very intellectual, very smart, no nonsense, can be a mature person. In this particular instance, we've got somebody with a bow and arrow, as you can see, and a bird of prey. He's hunting. You could be dealing with a hunter, okay? Maybe the Gemini or the Capricorn, maybe they were hunters, or one of them was a hunter, and maybe that's important for some reason. And somebody was betrayed in this picture. There was hurt, there was betrayal. Somebody felt really left out. There was sadness, there was grief, and there's 10 of Wands. There's 10 of Wands in this picture. Let me ask why. It's a little tricky to do this without a table. So 10 of Wands, let's clarify 10 of Wands. Ten of Wands and 10 of Pentacles. So I feel like this family was really focused on money. They maybe worked really hard for it with this 10 of Wands. They were very focused on stability. Not so focused on 10 of Cups, which would be happiness and emotional connection. More focused on stability, work, carrying somebody. They felt like they were carrying a heavy load, maybe. See what else we've got. Hold on. I'm not sure yet why you need this message, but we'll find out. So hold on. Here's a Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands can be a career woman, for one thing. Interesting, she's surrounded by these bulls. She's surrounded by like Taurus energy, stability. Queen of Wands is a fire sign often. In this case though, I'm getting, there's a career woman here. This could be you looking at two parents who are the Capricorn and the Gemini potentially. Doesn't have to be a fire sign, but it can, like Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. And we are in a lot of Aries and Taurus energy right now. And here's the Taurus card. Here is the Hierophant. So yeah, there was a marriage in here. There was a betrayal. There's some kind of message here about a mother. There's a bonsai tree. Don't forget the bonsai tree. Very, very important. This buffalo kind of brings me into some Native American energy a little bit because of the buffalo. It also brings me into, you can see how he's really connecting with this strong energy. This strong, strong energy. Hierophant has to do with commitments and marriages and putting down roots about something, higher beliefs, connecting with higher power. Let's see what else. Where's this going? A Four of Pentacles. So here's somebody holding on to their money. There's a little cabin in the background. You can see the little cabin? That's significant for somebody. I used these cards for a reason. I knew these were going to be significant. The sunflowers. This man really holding on to his money and maybe enjoying being isolated, maybe owned a cabin or something like that. They're identifying people here for you. So what is this about? Here it is again. There was a betrayal. Somebody here, maybe you, as you're watching this, is really sad about something. Feeling there was a betrayal. What was the betrayal? The betrayal may have been somebody went off on their own, went off on a new path, as you can see in this Fool card. New beginnings. Or maybe you went on new beginnings because you felt betrayed by something. This red dress is also a sign of feeling ambitious, successful, and maybe even angry, depending on who's watching this, okay? So why do you need this message about these people that we've named? Somebody who's very steady, the Knight of Pentacles. We had the Queen of Cups as a mother. We had the Capricorn, the Gemini. We had a Taurus energy in there. Whoa. Look at this. This could be somebody taking aim at you, for one thing, or you taking aim at them. Again, we've got a lot of bows and arrows going on here, which there's a lot of Sagittarius energy, even though this actual Sag card hasn't come up yet. But this is somebody almost shooting in the dark, like a shot in the dark. Is that what they call it? There's something here about, you can see her blindfold. There's like an anger here. And there's also a tug of war. This card really represents a tug of war with all the people I've mentioned. There was a Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, a Knight of Pentacles, Sagittarius energy, Capricorn, and Gemini. It's harder because I'm not laying them out on a table. I'm having to remember all this, but so I hope I'm getting it all right. But okay, so there's communication coming here, you guys. There's communication that's going to be coming in about this whole situation. Now, this looks like a family to me. This does look like a family situation. This message, you need to hear this message. And, again, if you were looking for a sign, this is going to be your sign. Here's the Six of Pentacles. There's some kind of a gift coming in. Six of Pentacles is like debts being paid, gifts from the universe, almost sort of dropping in your lap when you least expect it. Someone who owes you something, and it's coming back to you in some way, maybe not directly from that person, but can definitely be coming back to you in a different way. Something about a reconciliation with family or with people, with like a meeting of the minds, like there's love still there somewhere in the picture. And you know, I saw the Five of Cups came up a couple of different times, so it's having to do with there was something where something came apart, but now there's possibly a reconciliation happening. Now, if you wanted a sign, here it is. You're getting your wish. So first of all, think for a second, what was your wish? You know, were you wishing something about these people, or a reconciliation, or just information? Maybe you just wanted this message, like what's going on. Maybe you needed some clarity, but you're getting your wish on something, okay? There's some kind of an opening of the heart. There's a pearl in this oyster shell, okay? What is this oyster shell about? What is this message? What do they need to know? 10 of Wands again. So, Xena, come here. She's like taking down a tree over here. Come here, Xena. There's a 10 of Wands, and this is, you can see him carrying a lot of sticks, like Xena was trying to show me. You want to see Xena real quick? Let me see if I can show her to you. Good girl, come on. Hi, Xena. Hi, Xena. Good girl. Say hi to everybody. And Sparky. Yeah, wicked dogs. Wicked dogs. Y'all are having fun out here today, huh? Okay. All right. That's how outside readings go, you guys. All right. So what is your message? What is it you most need to know? I feel like some of it has to do with freedom. There's a lot of Sagittarius energy, and Sagittarius does seek freedom, truth and freedom. And I think that's some of it with my dogs reacting, because this is part of why I like to do outside readings, because it really does work with the elements, you know, things show up. And there was something this morning that I got a clip of in my yard that I'm going to share with you at the end of this video, so be sure to watch the end, okay? So your message here is you're going to be building something important here, guys. If you're wanting a sign, you're getting it. It seems to be rooted in family and stability. What's holding you back may be the betrayals that you've gone through. Maybe the discontent, maybe if those were parents or family or siblings or whatever, there's still some unfinished business, and there's a reconciliation of some sort for some of you, but also there's just things coming together in general for you. 8 of Pentacles has to do with stacking the wins, maybe starting a business or a project that makes money, a side hustle, something bigger than just a side hustle. This is something that lasts, something that keeps going, and this is deciding, do I want to keep doing the same thing or do something new? Let's see what else. I feel like the family structure is what was affecting your success, either for better or worse, you know, depending on who's watching, okay? Yeah, also that family structure might be giving you some negative energy, more swords energy. There's something here about something affecting your reputation, maybe. There could be somebody bringing you down with like psychic attacks, sending you bad energy and things like that, especially if there's a upside down Gemini. They can be very, very nice, you know, until they're not. I mean, I guess that's true of anybody, but Gemini is known to be very split, you know, and when that card comes up, the Lover's card representing Gemini, I do feel like there could be, especially upside down Lover's card, and then with a Capricorn, there's something there about a narcissistic potentially or tendency toward narcissism or something like that. I will say I'm not a doctor or a counselor. I don't really diagnose things. It's not what I'm doing here. I'm just reading the cards, okay? As a disclaimer. So here we go. 7 of Wands. You've set your boundaries. You've set your boundaries. I feel like you've gone on your merry way. You might be out hiking, like I am right now. You might be out of the family structure, doing your own thing over here, creating a flow of energy for yourself in this way, because you set a boundary. I feel like a lot of you have had to set a boundary with this family structure. And again, if you're looking for a sign, this is it. Set your boundaries. You know, draw your line in the sand that you're not going to take it anymore. You know, when I go back to that bonsai tree, let me clarify that bonsai, because it keeps coming back to me and there's a reason. Somebody here has a lot of intuition, High Priestess, okay? This could be you. This could be you. You're the black sheep of the family because you're seeing through all the patterns. And I feel like that's true for a lot of you. Zorro agreed. Did you hear him? So what's up with that bonsai? The bonsai, the little bonsai tree on the card. Remember the Ace of Wands, I think it was? Six of Wands, victory. Yeah, this is, again, big things in small packages having to do with that little bonsai tree that I'm trying to clarify right now. Because I know there's a lot of messages in that, and you've been maybe getting messages that I'm not getting about that bonsai tree. But here we go, Six of Wands, okay? Victory. There's a victory card, a victory parade. People are seeing you succeed at this time. I think in some ways you are the bonsai tree. You've built it. You've nurtured it. You're having a victory. It could be you've risen above these family members, some of you, and there's jealousy there from them, or they've sort of, you know, edged you out because you make them look bad. Or there's something there about family structures and how this is affecting your success. But look at this. Here's Four of Wands. This is a happy celebration card. So when we go from, did I put it back? I guess I put it back. No. So when we go from like Six of Wands, Four of Wands, guys, right? This is like super happy energy. And this is a lot of success, a lot of celebration. If you needed a sign as to where your path is leading, here it is. Here it is. This is where it's leading. Victory and happiness and celebration. Also, potentially for some of you, marriage, buying a house, putting down roots. Wow, look at this. This is a big deal, guys. So if you needed a sign as to if you're on the right path, yes, yes, this is a resounding yes. And this is why I needed to do this reading for you outside in this energy. Because some of what you may be doing at this time does have to do with nature. It may have to do with buying a place out somewhere, rural. This feels very, I can never get that word right, rural. Rural. It's country. Let's say country. I feel like this is more reading about the countryside and not the city, okay? This is not about you taking a corporate job in a high-rise building. This is about nature. This is about your real roots. This is about feeling really grounded, like seriously standing on the ground, on the grass, on the dirt. This is about freedom. This is about dogs out there chewing sticks on the trees, right? And running away when I called them, things like that, right? That's you. That's symbolizing you and your free spirit in this. This is why this reading was so important. This is why it hit me outside. Like I needed to do this outside. I just needed to just be raw and real and come right out here and bring my cards and do this. So here I am. Here I am. Let me ask if there's anything else that you need to know, but you're getting your wish. And I feel like maybe this is hard. Maybe this is what you've secretly wished for. And you were afraid to really do it. But now the universe is saying, do it. It's whispered in your ear. Go do it. Right? It's going to bring you a Ten of Pentacles, guys. This is where your stability is. It's whatever this idea is. Potentially whatever your family tried to block you on or said you were wrong or whatever. You know, if you're the black sheep of the family. And I feel like some of you watching this are, you know, because of your intuition, because of your success, because you're different, because you didn't go along with the toxic patterns, whatever, because you called them out. But this is bringing you stability, great stability. This is something that you can pass on to your heirs, like that bonsai tree. Now I get the bonsai tree. It's having to do with you nurturing something that's bigger than it appears, older, more ancient than it appears. You know, bonsai trees are little, but they're ancient. and they live for a very long time if they're nurtured. I don't know a lot about them. I've always wanted one, but I've never had one. Maybe now's the time, right? So, yeah. Maybe I need to fix that fence back there too. Okay. I'm just seeing it in the camera there. So, it's always something to do around here. So there you go. This is your sense of freedom and stability, you guys. You know, I take little breaks like that because it's like if you look at something too hard, I don't care what it is, if you look at something physically or psychically too hard, it starts to blur. So if you look away and then come back with fresh eyes, like I did with the fence, like I did with bringing in the dogs, I get you more accurate messages. So I know sometimes people get annoyed, like, stay on track, Tammy. But and you'll see psychics do that. They'll have moments of laughter when it seems inappropriate, but they're doing that to clear energy, right? You probably didn't know that unless you're psychic, but that's how it works. It's not automated, it's not automatic, and it's definitely not AI here, as you can see. Otherwise, I'd have the fence fancy. So here we go, guys. Stability. This is your message. If you were looking for a sign, or if you needed a message today, this is it, stability. And it's coming in for you faster than you think. It's a matter of you following your heart and soul. It's really important to follow your heart and soul, not what corporate America or corporate world or whoever's telling you, the message and frequencies that are being, pounded into you. But what does your heart and soul really feel? Okay, guys, that's your message. Thanks for being here, and it's been really nice to read for you outside. I hope you liked this. All right, let me know. I might do more outside messages with frizzy hair and stuff. Okay, all right, guys. See you again soon. Bye now. Aren't they beautiful? I heard them outside and I came out to get a video for you all. That's such a good sign. This is in my backyard, actually. I am feeling very blessed at this moment, and I really just wanted to share it with you all. Look at them creating all those ripples. I think that's how love works. It's definitely a message here for everybody. Hope you enjoy your day.